Welcome to the Purpose Powered Podcast, where purpose meets real life. With your hosts, Michael and Niko Ford, a faith-filled couple who have walked through trials, triumphs, and transformation, and now use their story to empower others to live on purpose. This is where faith gets practical, vision gets clear, and power gets activated. We talk growth, mindset, relationships, business, and walking boldly in who God created you to be. No fluff, no hype, just real conversations that help you level up and live with purpose every single day. So without further ado, here are your hosts, Michael and Niko Ford. Take it away.
Hey, family. Welcome back to the Purpose Power Podcast. I'm Michael Ford.
And I am Niko Ford, and we are so glad that you are with us today.
Last week, we talked about purpose and pain, and that was powerful. I mean, I touched about, how losing my brother and, how I found purpose in that.
Yep.
And how God, helps you through the hardest seasons of your life, and how he uses them to shape, something.
All right. Yep. And all of that is true. Today's episode is, I believe, the perfect follow-up from last week. We're actually talking about the power of partnership today.
Ooh, partnership. You talking about like marriage?
Well, yeah, marriage is a partnership. Obviously, when you think about partnership, you probably do think about marriage. But I'm talking about when it also comes to your purpose, because your partnership in marriage can be, aligned with your purpose, but we know your purpose is so much greater also. It can be outside of marriage as well. So like a business partner, a friend, whoever it is that continues to help you get closer to your purpose.
So it's anybody that helps you multiply your purpose.
Yes.
So what scripture will we use will we stand on for that?
So
Ecclesiastes.
I was going to say, I'm about to mess it up.
Chapter 4.
Verse 9 through 10, which says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up.
And that's what I'm talking about. Because, usually when people hear the word partnership, you think about marriage. You can also have a business partner, a mentor, a friend, or even a prayer partner. It's anybody who helps you grow. The right people, God will place the right people in your life to help carry with your purpose. Because we have a little bit of both though, right? Because we say we have business partners as well.
We do.
We do. And, and our partnership in our marriage is a partnership as well.
Yeah,
so
that is very true.
I guess we can talk about both of them. So I guess let's talk about...
Because, partnership isn't just about being the same. Because think about it, we're not the same. We are definitely opposites attract. We don't I feel like it's about balance. When you are different people, you got to think about it. When one person may be strong, the other person might be weak, and vice versa. So it's not about finding somebody that is exactly like you. It's about finding someone that can help bring balance and help bring you closer to your purpose. Like you were saying earlier, we have business partners. We have many people that don't know outside of this. We have a trucking company, and we have 2 really great, they're really great friends of ours, but they're also our business partners. And we're not the same at all, as far as, I can say we're the same as far as we're believers. They're believers as well.
Yeah, we're definitely aligned. We're definitely on the same page
as far as our faith. Yes.
As far as our faith and everything. Yeah. And we had our ups and downs, but that's normal.
Yes, that's to be had. Anytime you try to come together, I believe anytime you come together and you have differences of personality, differences of those things,
you're gonna have.
I think you're gonna have those things. That's natural. But overall, as far as business goes, they definitely push us to be better.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Let's talk about, we definitely talk about that because we have to talk about that.
Yeah, okay.
That's
It goes in line.
It goes in line.
Yeah.
Let's talk about partnership and marriage. For us, marriage hasn't always been a love and romance.
Like it started off.
It's been purpose and partnership, and there were seasons when you carried me and I carried you.
Yeah.
And
or seasons when you carried the whole boat and I was just kind of there,
Yeah, I mean...
sometimes that happens too.
And in a marriage,
especially
I think...
in the early parts.
No, definitely in the early parts. And I think with partnership, you have to understand, with partnership also comes compromise.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
A willingness to compromise for your partner for,
The greater good.
The greater good, the greater purpose, and also to just be understanding that you are different and,
Mm.
With the compromise come patience.
Yes.
Because let me say this, a little, might be a little controversy. Is that the word?
Controversial.
Controversial. If people say, I'm gonna get in a relationship and I don't want no one to change me, I think that's a crazy statement to say. If the person you're with doesn't change you to improve you, there's no purpose in it.
Yeah.
Because when people say, I want to stay the same, if you're with somebody that keeps you the same, you're not developing your potential. You're not moving in the purpose that God gave you. Because if God gives you a man, as a woman, he gives you a man, and a man gives you a woman, you're given that to develop character and purpose in yourself to reach the God-given goal that he has for you. And that means change. Let me say that again.
Yes.
That
Yep.
means change. So when you're
But you just
saying,
stay the
stay
same.
the same, you're really speaking blasphemy against what the union God created.
Yes.
Because God doesn't let you stay the same. So why would he give you a mate to let you stay the same? If that person is not elevating you and bringing out your full potential,
Making you
and
happy.
yes, and that's hard. Yeah, it seems like, okay, this person trying to change me. Yes, but that person have your best interest in mind. And that's why it's good to find godly spouses. Because you got to get a Jezebel, yeah, they're going to change you for the worse. Like, that's
Yeah.
going to happen. You know what I
Can't
mean?
be unequally yoked.
And you can't be unequally yoked. And that's the
Yep.
thing, though. So in relationship, compromise, patience, and the willingness. Is that a little net that's flying around?
It is.
Yeah, we're going to catch him. We're going to catch him off camera, do some bad things to him.
Steve, focus.
But you have to be willing to compromise. You have to be willing to change. And you can't get stuck in the ways that I'm going to stay the same.
Right.
Because God can't use you if you're going to stay the same.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to even date with purpose.
That's true.
Like, the only reason to date is for marriage.
That's true.
Like, you can't go out talking to these crazy people. Yeah, they're trying to change you because they're crazy. Just trying to get them spirits on them. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about when you find that right spouse. I mean, there's many things that I've taught Niko in the relationship. There's many things she taught me. When I had things together, because I'm very focused like that. I mean, surface level. Not going to say surface level. Finances. I'm very detail oriented. So there's not many things. Hate to say this, and don't take this the wrong way. There's not many things that I mess up on because I'm so methodical. But there are things that I do mess up on that I don't realize. Niko has helped show me that, listen, no, sometimes you're not right. And I'm like, yeah, you're not right. But for me, I need to be shown because I'm into learning. That just lets you know I didn't have it all together. Even though I had a lot together, but I wasn't completed the way God needed me to be to walk in my purpose. And that's when he sent the right person in your life. That will come. That person is going to change you. I have changed a lot. Like, I have changed a lot as far as being understanding of just like dealing with clutter. I can't stand clutter. But sometimes in life, God's going to give you clutter. And the clutter is not always just things around your house. It's clutter in people.
That's true.
And being patient with people and walking out my purpose of helping bringing out people's potential, you can be patient with them.
Exactly.
And you have definitely taught me patience with people.
Well, thank you.
I can 100% say that. You have taught me patience with people because Lord knows sometimes I'm just like, man, you know what I mean?
Right. No, that's very true. Very, very true. But yeah, like you said, partnership does require patience. It is not about being perfect. It is about being present. And what you were saying earlier is that, you're very orderly and different things of that nature. But one of the things that I'd like to say that I have taught you is, and this is like almost one of the titles of one of our episodes, is progress versus perfection.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I've taught you how not to be so perfected.
Yeah.
Because, Michael is very logical. He is very orderly, but it was to the point like where he would be very hard on himself. And I've taught him to sort of like, look, man, just, let it go, chill, just chill. It's not that serious. It's okay to make mistakes. We all do it. But he, kind of grew up that way where he was sort of a perfectionist. And I think I've sort of helped shake that up in you a little bit. Like, he still likes things to run a certain way, and there's totally nothing wrong with that because that's how he was made. But allow him to say, okay, look, chill out. Chill out.
Man.
Chill out.
So I guess you can say partnership requires patience. It's
Yes, it
not all
does.
about being perfect. It's about just
No,
being present. It's
exactly.
and being present is
Yeah,
sometimes the hard part.
very true.
But I think through it, I think we have definitely grown and
Hmm.
definitely grown, help one another, and definitely stretch each other's patience. But I think it makes for a stronger union.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
has. It really
So
has.
let's get down to what we talked about before. Let's talk about the
Partnership in
partnership.
business
Yeah, the partnership and purpose. The partnership.
and
Ah,
purpose and business.
yeah,
Getting a little tongue tied
that's
there.
okay. You got the Ecclesiastics, and I got that. So it's not limited to the relationships. Also, how you can build a purpose, or you find something great when God allows you to create something through collaboration.
Yep, through coming together with other people.
Yeah, and
Because see, your purpose isn't just going to be fulfilled just by yourself.
no,
Two are better than one.
no.
So, God will have you come together with others that will help push the purpose and so that you can ultimately fulfill the purpose that God has for you.
So I'm just gonna say out there, I'm not gonna say names, but shout out to the McGee's.
Absolutely.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
the
to them
McGee's.
because, yeah,
Uh,
they are our partnership, business partnership,
and I would say also, friends
business
that,
partners,
and
I should
also
say.
friends in the Lord, and
Yeah, and family,
brother and sister in
brother and
Christ.
sister.
They're like family. But I tell you,
I would say they are family.
no, they are family.
Yeah.
But I tell you, and he knows who I'm talking about. And sometimes that man, Lord, he's more like I would say, okay, let me break this down. I can say sometimes I can be a Peter
Yeah.
with my, not most of my words, but with my actions or how I think, right?
Okay.
And he's a Peter in flesh incarnate, walking, chopping.
I got you.
He loved the Lord with all his heart,
Yes.
but that man, Lord, patience sometimes with him. Love him to life. Oh man. But our differences is also difference our strengths.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
I can say, my in my latter years, I have the work ethic to work hard like I used to, but as my mentor told me one time that I had to shift to start losing my mind more and walking in that truth. He has taken that role as a powerhouse. I mean, as far as like he
Mm-hmm.
gets to get stuff done. And
Yeah.
sometimes he jumps. He reminds me of we were watching the movies the last couple of days. He reminds me of Ben, the Fantastic Four.
My God.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Mm.
and he gets it. I mean, he gets it. I mean, I
Right.
don't lie. He gets it done, and he's not afraid to make mistakes in it.
No, not at all. He's not.
Because he's
He's
not
not.
afraid to make mistakes in it. And then
Mm-hmm.
his wife is she's more. I guess she's a more logical one. She brings balance because he can be like a little tornado.
She does.
You know, and to see them work together is hilarious because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes everybody's relationship is different.
Mm.
I mean, they're a loving couple. And some of their arguments be like, what? But it's them and it works. You have to understand that's their relationship. And
Exactly.
it works for them and they love each other. It works for them
Yeah.
because,
Love each other, love God. I would say that when two people come together with a shared purpose or shared vision, that things move faster and stronger.
oh yeah.
And I can say that being in partnership, in business partnership with them, that I feel like, that things just the collaboration was there. Like the
Oh yeah.
vision, the shared vision, the shared faith, and then sometimes things that we didn't always agree on, but even when we didn't agree, we were always able to talk out, at least I believe, talk out those differences and but come back together and realize that, okay,
Pretty much everything.
definitely.
But I can say, a minute, me to cut you off, that through the partnership with them in business did help us get through the time when Manny's passing because they showed up in a major
Oh
way.
my gosh,
And
yes,
they
they
carried
did.
they carried
They
the company.
carried the company.
They
They
they they
totally
did. They
did.
totally carried it. And
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I thought I could be there,
You did.
and I tried my best, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No, you were totally
And
checked out.
shout out to them for that. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a blessing in itself.
A huge blessing.
That they carried it, took it on their back. I mean,
Yeah.
at a time when that's when we were expanding rapidly, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't going all as planned. And they took it on his back, and they did, and they carried it. I mean, but God links you with people for a reason. So that partnership right there, that was, I mean, that was amazing, right? And then we with partners anyway, we're gonna have disagreements sometimes,
Yeah.
and that's okay, right? That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. 'Cause we're all different, right? We all
Exactly.
serve a different purpose in the kingdom. A hand's not better than the foot. We're all part of the
Mm-hmm.
body.
Exactly.
So I think with that, I learned through that how to rely on other people and how to be
Big
vulnerable
time.
to receive from people
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not used to
No,
receiving from people or being vulnerable and having somebody take my weight.
that's true.
Like it's not something I'm used to.
It's
I'm not
not.
used to doing that, and I had to learn how to even let go. Oh, let's be just be a little more transparent
Yeah.
because they were friends before they were partners.
Yes, they were.
And even with the cancer, like them being there for us,
Oh yeah, they showed up
as
in a
friends,
huge way.
was once again amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I had to learn how to be vulnerable to receive during that
Yeah,
time.
that's
And
very true.
also shout out to everybody that helped us during that time.
Yes.
A lot of people showed up. I'm just be totally honest. Like
Yeah.
people that I never thought would show up. I mean, because I guess I wasn't thinking about it, but I'm not used to receiving. So the love and support that we got from our friends and family
Mm-hmm.
was just amazing. And
Really
never
was.
take that for granted. That
No.
was something that, you know, touched us to our core. And it shows that
Mm-hmm.
God works in ways that you would never know, but you have to be open to that, you know.
Exactly.
You have to open your heart because God was talking to me and he was dealing with me. And he said, Michael, how can you receive from me if you can't receive from people?
Mm.
And I said, I mean, this is how I talk to God. I said, well, I'm the head, not the tail.
Right.
And he said, if you can't receive from people, then you can't fully receive what I gave you through my son.
Mm.
And I said,
Right.
I'm gonna shut up. You dropped the mic on that one. And I
Mic
said,
drop.
I said, you're right. I have to put that's a form of pride.
Yeah.
I had to put that pride down and say, you know what? God, you're right.
Right.
I'd be humble.
Mm.
Yes, I'm used to be in a state of giving.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna go to this next level with you, then I'm gonna have to learn how to receive from you
Mm-hmm.
I'm a child again,
Yeah.
So I think with that, just to round it back up, but to be in partnership with people and they stepped up in a major way.
Oh yeah.
Definitely
Huge.
in a major way. Like,
Huge. Huge way.
definitely. And I guess that carries on to the next topic we were talking about is like how do you recognize a godly partnership? Um,
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's talk about
Well,
it.
I guess that we start talking about, but without really talking about. Because I think with the McGee's, that's definitely was a godly
Mm-hmm.
partnership.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
said it, I think, before. You said anyone that's pushing you toward purpose, not comfort. The right people are going to challenge you to grow. And I would honestly say that obviously in our partnership as marriage, we have been challenged to grow. But in our partnership with the McGee's, we were also challenged to grow because, it's easier sometimes when you just kind of deal with each other,
mm,
and then you don't deal with outside people
yeah,
or, you know what I mean? Where other
different
people.
personalities, different stuff.
Exactly,
Yeah,
different personalities, but they challenged us to grow. One, by learning how to receive, learning how to not always have all the answers. You know what I mean? Because there was times in that time where we didn't have all the answers, and they came, to the rescue.
solutions sometimes wild, but they came with
Yeah,
solutions.
yes.
So I guess that gives me to my point. Then how to recognize a godly partnership? I guess number one would be let's see, a godly partnership pushes you towards purpose,
Yeah.
not comfort. I guess the right people will challenge you to grow.
Yes.
Number one. And number two, what would you say number two would be?
Number two, I would say godly partnerships bring peace, okay? Because God is not the author of confusion. So they don't bring confusion. Even when you guys disagree, there's still unity at the core. You'll still recognize, hey, we're all here for a common purpose. And I could say that even in our partnership, our business partnership with the McGee's, is that, yeah, there's sometimes we had disagreements. We would often come together and have meetings, and sometimes we didn't always agree. But I can say that all of us were willing to say, okay, maybe we're not right. Let's sleep on this. Let's think about this. And then we come back, and peace would be the center of everything. Peace is always, the center of things. God, like I said, God's not the author of confusion. So he's not there to confuse you. And I would say that would be number two, is that godly partnerships offer peace, not confusion.
And I would say number three is a godly partnership produces fruit. You can look at the results and see the connection.
See if it's helping you or
See if
draining
it's helping you or draining you, right? So I can definitely say with our partnership with them that we definitely see fruit from it. I mean,
you. Yeah.
I definitely, and we have, I'm trying to get the unspoken name to be on this podcast as well, and I believe that he will be on this one. We talk about it, we go back for all the time. We go back for all the time. Okay, partnership doesn't mean perfect harmony. It
No.
means shared purpose under God's direction. Let me say that again. Partnership does not mean perfect harmony. It means purpose under God's direction. Because sometimes everything is like, we have different agreements. I mean, even with marriage, we have it.
Yeah.
And even with business partners, you're not going to always have a perfect harmony, you know.
Right.
But if you're following God's direction, then, you know, then it all works out. But
Yeah.
you have to be patient and, you know,
Plus, I think you'll know it's a God connection too when it brings out your potential. When it brings out your potential, not your comfort, but your potential, that you'll know through that. I think so.
and, you know, I talk a little bit about that in my book, Race Running 101, about running the right race, with putting the right jersey on and being around the right people.
Yep.
You got to check out the link in the description of this podcast. You can find where to pick up a copy of Race Running 101, the audio book. Had to put a little plug in there. But I do talk about that a little bit more in depth in that book, though. But even through these difficult times, reflecting on these partnerships that we do have, this is a great topic to talk about. That even with marriage and business, that, you know, you grow as a person. And for me, you know, I have a really small circle. So trust was a hard thing for me.
Yeah.
Because in times past, if you like violate my circle, I won't say rules, I would say parameters, and you stepped outside that, then you stayed out that circle and you didn't get back in.
Very, very true.
So, I mean, and
Very true.
that's how I was used to moving a lot of my life, you know. And I can say that through the partnership with marriage and with you, Niko, that you helped me a lot with that.
Oh, thank you, sure.
I was not interested in making new friends.
So true.
So, and that was not something that I
Very
was
true.
interested in, and something that I cared to do. And, you know, through, I think, our partnership that you have opened that up, because I think we wouldn't even be friends with the McGee's if it wouldn't be for you, because I met the unspoken name one in a parking lot.
Yeah, you did.
A parking lot in California. And that was like rare for me to even talk to somebody, talk to a stranger.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to a stranger. I don't care what you can talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about. In fact, that we linked up and actually began to like team drive.
Yeah.
And this is like after, okay,
A little
a
bit.
side backstory is not going to take too long. Prior to 2018, we had our own fleet of trucks. After my little health scare, he let our fleet go. I was just getting back into trucking.
Yeah. Because we had taken a hiatus.
And I just got back into it. So, you know, I was working for a company that I did not want to work for. It was just one of those seasons that it was like it was a lot going on. You know, sometimes you're not sure about yourself. Coming back to this after, I was, you know,
Yeah, you were really unsure.
I was just myself, you know. And then the company I was at wasn't very fruitful. And, you know, thinking about leaving, and then somebody was like, yeah, the only way you making this company is teaming. I'm like, who am I teaming with? And I've teamed before, because I've teamed with my cousin before, and then also I trained a lot of students before. So I was used to teaming, but I was like, okay, who am I teaming with?
Yeah, because you came to that company as a solo driver.
And I was like, man, who am I teaming with? This is crazy. And I happened to park in the parking lot of a hotel. He happened to be walking through the parking lot. I'm going to say this, though, with his Chargers jacket on and a pizza from Papa John's. And he was walking. He was like, yeah, you want a pizza? Some pizza? And then we just started talking about teaming. And then next morning, you know, we're teaming in the truck.
Yep, which is odd.
It was
for
odd,
you.
really odd. And during that time, money was really short.
Very.
And I remember him like buying me stuff, and he was like a blessing. He was a blessing. And I wasn't used to receiving it at all. I was like, look,
No.
you know, and he was like a huge blessing.
Almost in your head, I remember you kept telling me, like, what does he want?
Yeah.
And like, and I'm gonna pay him back. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, you know, this is weird for you to even be talking to this person, let alone now teaming with this person. I immediately felt like it was God.
Well, it definitely was God.
And I knew it was God.
And because I'm thinking, because he doesn't know the experience I have in trucking. He doesn't know. And I'm like, okay, what do I say? I remember he was driving, and this man was driving with as truckers, you know, you don't use Google Maps ever. And he was using Google Maps. This man was, God bless his heart. And I remember we were driving through the mountains, and he was doing some interesting braking techniques. And I was like, hey, if I can show you a better way, will you be open? And he was like, yeah. And, you know, because he was new to trucking. And, yeah, but through that unionship, I'm going to tell you this, and we'll get back to the purpose. But through that, right, I can tell you that I poured into him everything I know about trucking. And his career has grown exponentially. Is that the right word? But the part is that he was humble to learn.
Very.
And he soaked it all up. And I can tell you that God fast forwarded his career
Yeah.
maybe 10 years ahead.
Yeah.
He
But
took
he was
every,
very,
and
very open to
I can
receive.
tell you to this day, that man does not let me pay for anything.
That's very true.
He does not let me pay for anything.
True.
He is so
Such a big blessing.
you know, he went from being a company driver to being an owner operator.
Mm.
And I'm talking about, I mean, I can't tell you some of the checks that man made. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a workhorse.
Yep. Hard
And
worker.
but that's a testimony to God what happens when you get the partnership.
Very true. And the
And
right partnership.
I can say it's been a blessing having him in my life. Now we have ups and downs, and sometimes we do fight like brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes we do.
Yes, I would agree.
And I can say he's here for the long term. Well, they're here for the long term because we came back
Yes.
together. So, usually I'm like, you done, cut you off. But he's made a steady
Remained.
force in our lives. That just went on this total tangent backstory.
It's okay.
So, but
It's okay.
to get into that though, is talk about the practical application of partnership and the right partnership. I forgot to tell before, but it's okay. We're gonna move it because that was a longer backstory.
It was, but it's
That was
okay.
like 4 episodes of backstories, but
That's
it's okay.
all right.
But
So we just want to give you guys a few quick ways to strengthen in partnership in your lives.
one,
Michael?
communication.
Yes.
You can't have partnership without honesty.
Very true. And that's one of the things I will say that with the McGee's is that our business partnership has been out of honesty. We do communicate. We've had a lot of business meetings where we're just honest. We lay things out there. They've laid things out there for us and vice versa. Also, one of the great things too about business partnership, because here, marriage partnership should be founded on prayer together, but also business partnership too should be prayer together. So number two, you want to pray together. You want to always invite God in to the partnership because remember, God is the glue that holds all of that together. He holds, us together. He holds whoever you're in partnership together with. So you want to make sure that prayer is a big thing in that. And one of the great things that I love about the McGee's is like we said earlier, is that they're also faith people. So they believe in God. They believe in Jesus. They believe the same way we believe. So we are able to come together in prayer to make this business partnership what it is.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And number three would be celebrating each other's strengths. And
don't compete.
Yeah, don't compete. It's about lifting each other up and not proving who's right. Now, sometimes we do get in arguments about who's right and wrong because that's just how we do our thing. But
that is true.
But
the two men.
But I can say one thing about him and her is that they do recognize my strength and they recognize my gifting.
They do.
And I recognize their giftings because I can't do some things that he does.
Very true.
Because I can honestly say that.
Yeah.
That man's a beast sometimes. I can't. Like I tell him to slow down. Like there has to be balance. But that's his role. That's his gifting. That man.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
But we respect each other's strengths though, and gifting. So
I would agree with that.
I think that's one of the main things is because when everybody stays in their lane, there's balance.
Yes.
There's
and then
definitely
everyone
balance.
respects each other's lanes. There's balance and there's love.
There's definitely. So I guess we're close it out now. Or there's more you got, or
I just feel like also you want to make sure that or just add a little something that partnership means choosing unity, even when your emotions try to divide. Because remember, your emotions play a big part sometimes in things coming together or things becoming apart.
Yeah.
And you just have to remember that in partnership, there's going to be disagreements. There's going to be times where your emotions might be a little higher than the other person's. But you want to make sure that you choose to unite together and figure out how to come back together rather than letting those emotions divide you.
Yeah,
and
true.
I think those are big things. So just remember that. Just remember that.
So whether it's your spouse, your business partner, or your closest friend, pray for the right people in your life because who walks in with you determines how far you go.
Very true.
Because
Very true.
two can't walk together if they agree.
That part. So just wanted to let you guys know, first of all, thank you for joining us again tonight on another episode. And if this episode encouraged you, please share it with anybody, tag somebody, keep the conversation going, reach out to us. Let us know about some of your business partnerships or your partnerships and some things that you feel like make a good partnership and help or break one. So thank you guys for rocking with us tonight. And
Until next
Yeah.
time, keep walking in faith, stay aligned with your purpose, honor your partnership. And this has been the Purpose Power Podcast.
Thank you guys, and God bless.
All right.
And
Holla.
You've been listening to the Purpose Power Podcast with your hosts, Michael and Niko Ford. We hope you're leaving inspired, recharged, and ready to walk in your purpose. Don't forget to share this episode, follow the show, and keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay purpose-powered.